Hey guys, if you're looking to sell a high profit print on demand product right now, what I love is hooded blankets. Again, with print on demand, you don't actually need to pay for anything until a customer buys from you, but we're gonna have to create some unique designs. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. But the profit margin with these products are anywhere from $30 to $40 per sale, and that's if you only sell one unit. So if you're selling multiples to someone, then you're gonna end up with a higher average order value. And my name is Jacob Knowles. I have over 7 years of print on demand experience now. I've sold millions of dollars in print on demand items online, and I've helped clients and students do exactly the same. I've helped them start and scale their print on demand and e-commerce businesses. So I highly recommend you join me today as I add a hooded blanket to my TikTok and my Etsy shop, and let's get started. So there are a few ways that you can actually get your design for your hooded blanket. You could create the design yourself, which unless you're a skilled artist, I wouldn't recommend doing. It would take a lot of time and effort. And you could also outsource the design. So send it over to a designer and tell them you want something similar. But that would cost you, again, some time and then some money. And so my recommendation would be to use a tool that has AI art built in that you're going to be able to generate designs for your print on demand products. So that way you're maximizing how many designs you can test, and you're also not limited to risking putting money out and hiring designers, right? So in the past, creating a quality design was actually one of the harder parts, and that's not the case now because we have AI art. So these AI art generators, I'm using DALL-E 3 in this case, are going to save you a lot of time and money. Ultimately, you can use any AI art generator. It doesn't need to be DALL-E 3. It could be Ideogram. It could be Creative Fabrica Spark. It could be Midjourney. So whatever you prefer to use today, I'm just going to be showing and highlighting DALL-E 3 because it's built into ChatGPT. And I know a lot of you are using ChatGPT at the moment. So to generate this type design, all I had to do was actually ask for it to generate a repeating seamless design of Bigfoot in the woods. So real quick up here, this is an example of a design I would put maybe on a shirt or a pillow or a phone case. If you're doing Amazon merch, this type design would do very well. However, if we're doing a hooded blanket, this type of design may work, but what will probably work better is a seamless repeating pattern. So I'm asking here specifically for ChatGPT to use DALL-E 3, and the prompt is going to be generate a repeating seamless pattern of Bigfoot in the woods. And then this was the first output that we got back. I was really happy with this output overall, not bad, but I went ahead and asked it to go ahead and regenerate an option that would be funnier. So the prompt was awesome. Can we make it a funny seamless pattern of Bigfoot? And in this case, it did kind of incorporate some funny elements. Looks like there's a guy hiding from Bigfoot and Bigfoot's looking for this guy, but some of the animals looked kind of weird. I didn't really like some of the artifacts left over from the generation itself. So I'm gonna leave this one alone, and this is going to be the one that I put on the hooded blanket. And then just to show you some other examples of what was generated, I didn't like this design, a little too creepy, but this was another Bigfoot design. And then this was one for Australian Shepherds, and it was Christmas themed. So it did really well, except for one minor mistake here. It kind of painted the dog's fur red and turned them into a present in a way. All I had to do was ask it to regenerate. And I even told it, you got close, but please clearly display the dogs and the elements separately. And when I did that, it separated everything out. It didn't fuse any of the dogs into presents or anything like that. And it created a new image that was closer to what we're actually looking for, and one that we could actually put on a hooded blanket. And again, guys, this is for this demonstration purposes for hooded blankets, but you could obviously sell these on phone cases or pillows or sweatshirts, or you can get so creative with print on demand. It's not limited to what we're doing here today. And if you're curious where I'm finding these ideas from and why I'm choosing to do these, it's because I found data on Amazon or on Etsy or on a competitor website that these are selling now. And so I'm going after niches and designs that already are showing potential in the marketplace. They're showing data of working well. And because of that, I'm going to use them as inspiration. So in this case, I saw a design, cat yoga, and cats doing different yoga poses. And so I went through several different prompts, correcting some of the mistakes that ChatGPT made, saying, please regenerate again, clearly show the cats doing yoga poses. and it corrected the second time through, actually showing the correct poses, and there's only a few minor mistakes in there. This was a third generation, in case you're curious, so getting better each time. Every time I tell it more specifically what I want, it adapts. And then this was the fourth generation, which was getting a little bit further away from what I was wanting. So I decided to switch it up and try out a different design. This was a hooded blanket that's selling really well at the moment. It's just strawberries on a soft pink background. So there's that design. And then I went through several different generations of mushroom, mycology, cottagecore theme elements, because again, I saw a product selling for another seller in this niche with these style of designs. So here's what those look like. And as you'll see, the prompts that I'm giving it, each time I'm saying, great, now can you regenerate this with less books, more mushrooms and animals? And when I do that, it's going to adjust and regenerate. And this is what it came back with after that prompt. So just talk to ChatGPT to have it regenerate different elements. And then finally, one of the last ones that I did was a corgi pattern design. So this first one here is very cartoonish. I asked it to dial back the cartoon, make it a less cartoon style. And in this case, it made it way more realistic. And then I said, great, now please regenerate, but make it Christmas themed. And so this is what it came back with. I think it looks pretty good overall. We even have some corgis that have like antlers, like, you know, it's some funny little elements in here that are generated pretty well. Still a few small artifacts and a few items that don't necessarily make 100% contextual sense. However, the dogs themselves look fantastic and the main elements throughout the design look good. So I'm going to give this one a green light. Looks good as well. However, this one was my favorite. I said to regenerate one more time in a watercolor style, and this is what it came back with. Really beautiful, soft watercolor style. And so if you're not happy with the first few generations that you get, remember we started way up here with this cartoon style and all of these weird random artifacts. And if we come down here to where we're at now, we have a very coherent image. So once you have a design that, or multiple designs that you're looking to actually upscale and make bigger so that you can use them on products, right? Before we can actually use them on a hooded blanket or a wall art or a pillowcase or something like that, we're going to need to go over to Big JPEG. And I've talked about this free tool before, but basically just select your images, upload them in here, click start, and make sure to hit 4 times enlargement. So it's going to multiply the size of this image by 4 and enlarge it and stretch it without making it blurry. And so you can pay for a version to make it larger if you would like, but I recommend just starting with the free version. Go ahead and check out Big JPEG. And so let's talk about how to actually upload this into Printify, how to get it onto your TikTok shop, how to get it onto your Etsy store, and all of the details in between. Okay, so I'm inside of Printify. I'm going to my featured products. Now I'm going to search for blanket, and I'm going to scroll down until I see the hooded blanket. Now I am going to choose the option that allows for USA shipping so that we can get this to our customer faster and actually produce it in the USA so that we can say that it's handmade in the USA. And this is going to be our hooded blanket. I'm going to upload our actual Bigfoot design. Now it's important to remember that this needs to be large enough to actually have a good enough resolution for the product itself. So make sure that it doesn't say low resolution. And so now I'm going to choose the mockups for this product. And then we're going to do the title and the description and ensure that our customers are going to be able to find us on both our TikTok shop and our Etsy shop. I also encourage you to go over to PlaceIt. If you haven't messed around with PlaceIt yet, it's one of my favorite tools. You can get additional mockups for hooded blankets, for sweatshirts, for so many different things. And I do have a link for that below, so be sure to check that out. PlaceIt is a must-have for any serious print-on-demand seller, in my opinion. Title is important because it's going to essentially contain the keywords that help your customers find your products. Your description doesn't need to be altered much. If you want to add in a few of your keywords to the front and a little bit of description, that's totally fine. Also be aware of your pricing. So for the hooded blankets, I'm going to set these to $99.95. On Etsy, I may end up doing like a 10% or 15% promotion. Same thing on TikTok. We might run some sales, but that's a good price point to still have a healthy profit margin of over $44. I'm going to include mockups, and I'm going to make sure that the only variants that are visible are ones that are in stock. Now let's say you wanted to copy this from your Etsy store over to your TikTok shop or vice versa. You would click on the three dots, click copy to, and then select the stores that you want to copy to. You can do this with Shopify, TikTok, Amazon, Walmart, anywhere you're integrated with Printify. All right, so now that we're in the Etsy listing dashboard, you go to your drafts and click on the draft for the hooded blanket. And the main thing that you want to focus on is adding your tags. You want your title to look really clean and be easy to read and include some of your tags. But your tags themselves, you want to fill up all of the slots that you can to ensure that you're picking relevant keywords that you can actually rank for. Go ahead and put in the main keywords you know you want to rank for, and then come over to EtsyHunt, type in your main keyword. In this case, it's going to be Bigfoot. And then scroll down and start looking for similar keywords with low competition. So in this case, you can see that Bigfoot Xmas gift only has 1,000 for competition, yet 3 million in sales. For example, Bigfoot is real only has 945. Bigfoot iPhone case only had 134. And as you can see, all of these other keywords are positioned to help you rank in a slot that isn't too competitive, but actually does have high demand still. So be sure to check out EtsyHunt if you don't have that yet. There's a link in the description below. So there we go. Our products are live. I'm going to keep you updated on sales results, but I am loving this strategy. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Be sure to like this video if you got value from it. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, I have a link below for that. I have group coaching available. We're all going to be winning and learning together. So the goal is going to be not only to have weekly group calls together where you can ask me anything and we can talk back and forth about what's working now, but also going to be releasing private course content inside of that group. So if you aren't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. I have a lot more content coming on how to succeed with print on demand and artificial intelligence. So I hope you have an amazing day, create something awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.